Well, it's not far down to paradise. At least it's not for me. And if the wind is right, you can sail away and find tranquility. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. It's not far to Never Land. No reason to pretend. And if the wind is right, you can find the joy of innocence again. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. Sailing takes me away to where I always thought it could be. Just a dream of the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free. Fantasy, it gets the best of me when I'm sailing.
So you knowledge spot. I've been selling my stocks, drinking all day, lots of ice cream and milk champagne, so I can sit out here sitting richer every day. Ignoring my sins require you do what I say, and let your damn say. What Trump shows you to people like me and peasants like you, if we don't lock him up and make him go away. But he won't. No, he won't. Living in a macro world with no control. We better do something because it sits sitting low. I just want all the power and all the control. Inside a train and climate control. And you don't think I'm watching, but the joke is on you. And your rights don't mean shit because you're standing all day. You'll do what suits you, but you'll do what I say. Living in corruption world, you have no control. I tell you what to do, and you do what you're told. And it's a damn shame what Trump's gonna do to people like me and peasants like you if we don't lock him up and throw away the key. But we won't. No, we won't. Living in a MAGA world. Good night, peasants.
Boomer. Okay. BOOMER, visual testing. You don't vibe with me. You are older, so therefore I must say kids or dinosaur. Ay.
Is the
Okie
audio,
dokie, Boomer.
is the audio working?
I hope the audio is working. Can you hear us, guys? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, guys?
Can you hear us now?
I think you can hear us. I think these are my beans. I've got a shoulder that's all tensed up, and I forgot to take them off.
Sorry.
Believe me, they're not my faux balls. They're just beans.
I worked at a nursing home.
Yeah,
I worked at a nursing home.
Yeah,
So.
I used to stuff these in my shorts when I was in my 20s.
Oh my gosh, TMI. Hey, out there. How is everybody? You're kind of chroma keyed out. You're Donald Trumping on us.
Yeah, I think it's the blue on the shirt, actually. Let me see if I can fix it. Oh my God. That's what it did. It's picking the blue in the shirt and matching my head to it. Anyway,
matching your head.
Check out my shirt.
Yeah,
this
that's
is my
a cool
birthday
shirt.
present from Shanda. You guys like it? I love it.
Well, I hope you had a happy birthday.
Yeah, I had a happy birthday. I got a T-shirt and a couple of phone calls and a nice card, and it was just great.
Very good.
It was great.
Well, you got a ton of love over on my Facebook.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
Yeah,
there's a bunch over there.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks everybody for the love. Let me get this rash off my face.
Yeah, fix your Donald Trumping.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You're turning into Trump, living in a blue MAGA world. How'd you guys like that United Spot opener? That was hilarious. What a day we've had, Oz. Poor Oz. I mean, right out this chute. Well, first of all, I gotta applaud you, because if it wasn't for your ingenuity, we wouldn't be up tonight, because we would have taken a strike just on our visuals on our deck alone for tonight's show. And so, yeah, we almost took a strike this morning, but we figured it out.
Change my shirt, Shanda.
Okay, go change your shirt.
I'm sorry. Let me give you full screen. You talk.
Give me full screen. I'll give you full screen, and we'll talk about YouTube and what they did to us this morning. So we're not going to be talking about COVID very much on any of the YouTube channels. Of course, we do Uncensored every Friday, so I will be doing all of the COVID coverage over there, because you can't talk about COVID at all on YouTube anymore, or we wouldn't be here. So Oz, you're so smart. Thank you. I'm so glad that you figured out how to check our asses on that, and I'm never going to give it away, but we're safe tonight. So, but you never know what's coming next. What are we not going to be allowed to talk about? Natural disasters, man-made disasters, what else? War, the Ukraine. They definitely don't want us talking about that. Israel. I mean, they just smack us around, and the best we can do, we'll try to avoid it. We do cover it. So that's for the certain shows. We do self-censor, but that's so we can reach y'all. It's about reach for us. So there, come over and join us on Uncensored. And I'm bummed that shirt, I should have got a different color. I thought the blue would bring out Oz's eyes, but I hope that he had a good birthday, and it sounds like he did. Let me get these chats shouted out while Oz is doing his wardrobe change. SFT, thanks for joining us. We got Snow Leopard. Hey, Snow Leopard. Gamer. My chat crashed over at Trailer Park. Sounds like something that would happen in the trailer park, doesn't it? Rick, good to see you. Robert, hello. Peace, Dub, good to see you. Oz, you're amazing. Oz is amazing. Are you kidding? And then we had audio problems with our closer that we figured out at the last minute. And Oz, amazing. He ripped a whole new one, got it all lined up, and we're going to go out with a great closer tonight. It's amazing to watch Oz do that in real time. It stresses me out, though, because I felt bad that he had to do it. Look at that. He's representing on his way back. Vic, good to see you. Hello, Michael. Who else is it? Dr. Nick Rivera. Kent, you made it tonight. Good to see you. Jilly Love, you're so sweet. Thank you. Who else is Steve? Steve Wolfrant. There is the man. He's back. Snow Leopard. Robert Templeton. Two bunnies. You're funny. Great shirt. Oh, yeah, that was a great shirt. But that's a great shirt, too, Oz. Hi, Iris. Welcome to the chat. And Kyle. Extra Bola. Uncle Warren. He's got the super secret show on Saturday nights. You got to check that out. And welcome back, Oz. Hey, Anthony. How's it going?
Did you get everybody shouted out okay?
I think I got everybody over on the YouTube so far, or I'm sure there's more joining, but you can do the rock fit now that you're back. Hey, Crazy Puppet.
Hey, Crazy Puppet. Let me see who's over on the rock fit. Oh, my gosh.
Do I not have a light on?
Fred Edwards over on the rock fit. Crone of Heresy. Jim, what's going on, Jim? Good to see you. Kate's over there too. Kate, you're with us all the way on every channel. Copeland Morris. And let me see, did you call out the Rumble or the Kick? Or
No, I haven't called out the Rumble or Kick, but I see Dingo's hanging out over on the
Dingo,
Rumble. Good to
what's
see you.
going on?
Dingo ate me, baby.
Bingo, man. Yeah, shoot, man. And we have, if you want to, or if you don't have any money, don't. Patreon's always a good place to go, or PayPal if you want to throw
Hey,
us
we're
a-
doing all kinds of cool stuff now. Now that I'm, out there venturing out on my own. And then we're doing a few changes to movie night. We're going to talk about that tonight. But the Patreon's where it's at if you want to stay up to date on everything Beauty and the Boomer's doing. So
Yeah, for sure,
That's what
for
it is.
sure. And I want to thank everybody again for the great birthday wishes. Can everybody hear me okay? Can you hear me okay, Shanda?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, when I get thrown off my game here, it's
Yeah,
a
you're gonna be in
little bit tricky.
Game show host mode, right?
Game show. Fair use.
What is
remember,
going
fair,
on with my green
fair
screen?
use, even though YouTube doesn't give us fair use, which is kind of shocking. We had
It's not shocking. How many hits have we taken in our 4 years up here?
well,
Many,
yeah,
many,
yeah,
too many.
Yeah, too many. And the one today was for medical misinformation. It was a warning. And that's why I scrub everything that I put up for the
smart.
outro. And when the outro comes up, it's got pictures of each slide, as you all know. Well, there were
Right,
two
a
slides
reel,
in there
yeah.
that was talking about the whatever,
Ouchie, ouchie.
19 thing. And 5 seconds of that, they caught it. They caught the image, and they
5
gave
seconds.
us. They removed it, and this is an outro. It plays music and shows the slide deck. They removed it within 5 minutes, and they sent me a warning. And they said if I get another, they're going to take us down for 2 weeks. And that was on my personal channel, so that's how I cover Beauty and the Boomer, and I'm glad I do because we don't want to. Lose
I'm
the
so
channel.
glad that you check it. Yeah, because we wouldn't be here tonight.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about censorship here in a few minutes, just a little rant. And Shanda, you brought this. I think this is very accurate.
Well, I'm surprised we don't get taken down for this.
Yeah,
Make America scared again.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's making everybody scared again, and they make me scared again. But I'm not scared like I'm scared. I don't think anybody, a lot of us aren't scared. I mean, it's like giant meteorite 2024, get it over with. I mean, is that hubris? Just, throwing everything to the wind and just put me out of my misery or what?
No, but they won't though. And so we should be scared because it's going to be super drawn out, right? Like today I went to the dollar store and the shelves are empty. It's that kind of scary, like,
Yeah, it is
slow
scary.
starvation scary.
Yeah, and we all know that this BRICS deal that's going to put more nations into BRICS, that's going to crater our
Argentina.
economy.
Yep.
I mean, they've warned us in the past about things, and they never really happen most times. But this is a big deal. This is a really big deal because it's going to basically,
This is going to force us into war. This is going to force us to defend ourselves so that way we're still,
Economic defense, yeah.
economically, yeah.
Yeah, because it's going to crater our currency and our buying power and everything else. So it is a big deal, and they're supposed to do that. In 4 months, they're going to vote to bring, 6 more countries into BRICS?
Yeah, I caught up on Convo Couch the other day. You want to know, you go to Convo Couch, man. They do a great job of breaking down what's going on,
Yeah.
especially Fee.
Convo Couch don't shit you. And that's really good because I don't like
No,
people
they
to
don't.
shit me. And Convo Couch is very good at that. Glenn Greenwald is.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
some of our other sisters and brothers are very good at that, and we appreciate it. And I would call them out, but I did the top here. What we're doing this week, we have a premiere, and it is Beauty and the Boomer Movie Mystery Night, and we're going to do a film noir series. And it is going to be Meet John Doe. A penniless drifter, Gary Cooper, is recruited by an ambitious columnist, Barbara Stanwyck, to impersonate a non-existent person who said he would be committing YouTube censored, because we can't say that word, as a protest. And a social moment begins. It is a terrific movie. Gary Cooper, Barbara Stanwyck, and this is a beta test, everybody. We're gonna play it on Rockfin Thursday night, 7 p.m.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and I've never done a movie. I do it a little bit different than you guys do because I put it in the studio and transcode it. So
Right.
hopefully that will help the audio, if not the video. If it doesn't, I got to try it. But
No, I think it's a great idea. So,
yeah, but the future movies, we're going to give away things like T-shirts and books and other kinds of bling. But we're going to start out with we're going to take some screenshots of the movie, and we're going to give them to you at the beginning when we do our monologue coming into the movie. And you got to guess what movie it is. The first one to guess it wins the prize. And,
nice. That'll be fun.
And we'll be trying that out too, because we're going to expand that, and we will ship the prize to you. It should be fun. And is there anything else with movie night? We're going to start promoting it Tuesday, right? For Thursday night.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I mean, I've been doing kind of a trailer park, movie night, but I love this film noir series. There's so many good old ones. I'm always shocked. For my generation, I was born in 74, and we were that era that was just after black and white. I mean, really, we were raised on pretty much color television. I mean, I had an old black and white TV in my room when I was like 5 or something, and then, but for some reason, we hated watching black and white because we were raised on color. Anytime my generation saw black and white, really, we were just like, I don't want to watch that. Let's watch something new, with color. And now that I'm older, I so appreciate these old movies, and I'm shocked at the subject matter in so many of them, like Petticoat Junction, like, wow, they were actually covering these,
social
really
issues that matter.
social issues. And I was really shocked. And, I got to share that with my grandma, and that, I loved AMC for that. We could always watch a movie together.
I started out on black and white. That's all I got up until I was like 6 years old, 1960,
Right.
67. I don't know. I think it was Bewitched. The first season of Bewitched was in black and white.
Yeah.
And it's like compact disc versus vinyl for me. There is something about black and white that I really like. I mean, I enjoy the hell out of the color. It's great, everything else. But when I go back, maybe it reminds me of growing up and the better days,
Better days, I know, right?
They had great scripts, great orchestras, great everything.
They did.
Yeah,
Oh, gosh,
and they had to send that over, television wave, UHF or VHF, and it was just not the quality visually or audio because of the technology at the time. But there's something about it that I like the scratches in a record. There's just something that I like. So, but yeah, movie night exclusively on Rockfin Thursday. So that's it. If you have any questions, just email Shanda or myself. And if you have any suggestions, we're going to do it bi-weekly. It's not going to be every week to start with. If it works out well, we'll try and do it weekly, but no guarantees. So,
it's extra.
That's some news. And you brought this from Greg Price.
Oh, well, this is a good recap of the week. So to recap, Joe Biden was on vacation when the Hawaii fires happened. His first words of hundreds of dead Americans was no comment. He then went on a second vacation to a liberal billionaire's mansion while calling for more aid to Ukraine. He then finally traveled to Maui 2 weeks after the fires, joked about how hot the ground was, mispronounced the names of every Hawaiian elected official, told a complete lie about his house once almost burning down, joked about how he knows what they are feeling because he almost lost his Corvette, fell asleep while meeting with the Maui residents, and is now back on vacation.
All I can say is pathetic. That is not presidential. You don't cut a president of the United States slack for getting older and losing his shit. They replace him or ask him to resign gracefully. That's my opinion. So
they won't, though. They should have never ran him. They should have never pushed this through.
Yeah,
we shouldn't be here.
Yeah,
we should not be here.
Yeah, everybody's screaming about the $700. Like, take your $700 per household and shove it up your ass. Take it back to Washington.
Oh, I know. I've got a couple of clips on the deck for us that cover that.
My contention is he should be in front of Congress right now demanding an appropriate aid package. Yeah. And sending
not tied to Ukraine, because the $700 that came with stipulations and more money for Ukraine.
Yeah, from what I understand, it was the max that FEMA could give out. And they're saying, well, it's only the max FEMA could give out. It's not Joe Biden's fault. Bullshit.
Oh, whatever. Do you hear about FEMA's $1,000 a night freaking hotel rooms out on Hawaii's beachfront?
Yeah. No.
And they wonder why they're running out of money. Okay.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But those were the only rooms they could get that
now,
weren't booked
Shanda,
up.
you wrote most of the deck tonight, so I'm going just to defer to you on anything.
Honestly,
here.
I wrote it like 3 days ago, so some of it could be stale. I don't know.
Am I playing this? Is this a video?
Let's see. Joe Biden just got booed. This was last night. This was Joe on his way out to his new vacation last night. Check this out.
Talking to UAW, obviously I'm concerned. I think that there should be a circumstance where the jobs that are being displaced, and replaced with new jobs, they should go to the first choice should go to the UAW members who had the job, and the salary should be commensurate.
What the fuck was that?
So presidential, him getting his ass booed.
Yeah, he's concerned about the jobs. What about the 300 plus to 1,000 people that they're still missing? I'm concerned about that.
Oh, he doesn't even know. Are you kidding? That guy, he's told the script. He gets talking points. He goes out there. He mumbles the talking points. He messes them up. He can't even pronounce them. So you have to give Democrats a little bit of credit for their conditioning their followers to think that they're actually fighting fascism while kicking third parties off the ballot, taking even more corporate money than the GOP, and passing the highest military budget in history. Hashtag blue facts. Yeah, Ryan Knight killing it.
Yeah, Ryan Knight does a lot. I've got Ryan Knight on here a couple of times. I ran across this yesterday, and I thought that was exactly. Remember the Iwo Jima, all the soldiers putting the flag up at Iwo Jima? Well, this is exactly a great metaphor that shows how they're propping up Joe Biden, and they're not doing a very good job of it. NBC, CBS, ABC, NPR, MSNBC, BS, CNN, and Fox even. Shanda, honest to God, they are doing this because they're told to by their donors. Because if you think these Western media companies are going to do anything to make Joe Biden look bad or not try and prop him up, they're not, because that's who pays them. So
perfect example was the Hunter Biden laptop. Are you kidding? I mean, look at Russiagate. They'll do anything to protect the Democrats, and we know that. Anything.
You know, I thought this was
including this.
I thought it was an AI. Is that a real mugshot? Is that for real?
That's Trump's mugshot from 2 days ago. That was Georgia. Yeah.
That's a real mugshot. But I heard
somebody said it looked like when a little kid goes in the corner and you ask them, "Are you pooping?" and they go, "No." That's pretty funny.
I don't get it. But I guess I do get it now, because he's made a lot of money off that. So he's,
of course.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? He is straight up like they are shooting him through the roof and the poles. Every time they hit him harder, try to hit him harder, think that they're getting at him. And the thing is this is total complete bullshit. This is the weakest case of all of the cases, from what I understand.
Well, I was asking this before, and some of our sisters and brothers have mentioned it. Why did it take them so long to do this? Because of the timing, because the election cycle.
Well, obviously, because he decided to run again. If Trump would have just gone off into the night like they'd wanted, none of this would be happening. But this is fascism, because another political party is leveraging the state against a political opponent. That's what fascism is. Like, what?
This is crazy. Let's hear what Sarah Palin had to say about this.
Oh, gosh.
As if we give a shit, but let her speak.
Yeah, because she's the arbiter.
Already. Do you have concern for the country?
Fix my chroma key. I don't know why.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think those who are conducting this travesty and creating this two-tier system of justice, I want to ask them, what the heck? Do you want us to be in civil war? Because that's what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen.
And Eric, I like that you suggested that we need to get angry. We do need to rise up and take our country back. Now, I would say the RNC, though, that's what's lacking when it comes to collective anger that can be healthy and it can be useful. Where is the RNC? They hold the purse strings to the party. They hold the funds that could be helping out in this situation. They have the platform, and yet they're too timid. A bunch of freaking rhinos running the thing. So the RNC, they better get their stuff together, or have to ask them too. What do they want as an outcome of this civil war?
The former president
my God.
being fingerprinted.
What station is that? That's not Fox, is it? Is it
That
Fox?
was Newsmax. That's the new CNN. That's where Fredo and all of them went. Marty Hughes from NBC up here. Fox is there.
News Nation. It's not
No,
News
there's a News Nation, and now there's a Newsmax. They do a lot of the trial coverage stuff, like the Nancy Grace type of stuff over there, which I actually enjoy that stuff. But can I just say, we live in such a stupid reality that Sarah Palin's starting to make sense.
Oh, you're scaring me to death.
I know.
You got another Biden here. Is this a different one?
Okay, so this is Trump. The first one is Trump showing up in Atlanta for his. This is him going through Atlanta. Think about it. This is the ghetto, and they love him. They love Trump.
Oh,
this is making Trump so much more popular.
Oh,
the videos I've seen in the last few days of people saying, "I'm on board with Trump," like it's crazy.
All right.
Talking about they got everybody.
I think we already played the one next to it. Yeah. This is just Biden being stupid. Biden getting booed.
Oh, yeah. That's Boo Biden. Boo Biden.
Look at the difference between those two.
I know. That was.
And they really think that they're gonna do what they did in 2020, and the country is just gonna let it happen again. That we're gonna get duped again. We were locked in our freaking houses the last time. I don't think that's gonna be the case this time.
Every time they indict him, he gets another bump. I mean,
oh my God, are you kidding? He was a freaking superstar. The night before was the debates, right? And he was on Tucker, broke the internet with views because he was just hanging out with Tucker and not going to the debate. And then the next night he breaks it again with his mugshot. And he's making a ton of money with that mugshot. Are you kidding? There's going to be so much merch out there with that mugshot on it.
Oh, that's going to be a collector's item forever. Honestly, and when
it'll be the most infamous mugshot in history. I don't care who it was
you
before.
Know what? Gotta hand it to him. He's still got his shit together that he can pull that crap. I honestly, when he does a live appearance, they're playing the Avengers music, they're playing the Terminator music, and they're playing the Superman music. I mean, they are socially conditioning everybody that goes to those events with him. God. And rightfully so, because he is the goddamn underdog. And the Democrats just don't
We love an underdog in this country. We love an underdog.
I mean, when I see the people saying they would vote for him, and they didn't vote for him in 20 or 16, but now they're 16. So pissed, they're going to vote for him, and just out of spite, because they see what the Democrats are doing.
I know. It's that bad. Like, okay, screw it. They have gone too far. I have to vote for this guy. That's where we're getting to.
And you think it hasn't crossed my mind, but I just can't.
It crossed all of our minds when he's swinging at the Democrats and smacking them around. Yeah. And I hope that this Georgia case, I hope Trump's attorneys prove what they say they're going to prove, because if they do, then it's going to, give a big boost to a bunch of people who, have been talked down to for the last 3 years.
Yeah, everybody's been singing the praises of Jack Smith, and I just say he's jack shit, and he's just another prosecutor that's trying to make a name for himself. By the way, didn't you heard of a guy named Mueller? Mueller time? Whatever. So, yeah.
I remember when they loved Giuliani. Are you kidding? Just give it 20 years. They'll throw these guys under the freaking bus, too.
It's all a show, guys. It's a clown show. What is this? Do you what?
Do you agree? Do you agree that Trump, Hillary, and Stacey Abrams should be indicted for raising questions about their elections?
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah.
If that's what they're going to do with Trump, what's good for the
they opened the door.
Gander. Yeah, absolutely. Now here's the robot, right?
This is funny. This is so funny. So this was debate night. Tuesday night? This is DeSantis. Check this dude's face out. What is going on here?
Does it play?
Yeah.
And I will not let you down.
God, it looks like he has an electric probe up his ass. Got to watch that again. That's crazy.
Go ahead, watch it again. I know. I couldn't help but laugh when I saw
And
it.
I will not let you down.
What's he licking off the back of his teeth? Oh,
that's his MK Ultra programming kicking in.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, Kim Iverson kind of states the obvious as usual, but not enough people. I got to give Sister Cammie credit. She's making this point over and over and over again, and she's right. Tell me what you think after this.
What I found really interesting about this is take a look actually at the Democratic primary in 2020. Take a look at all of these. The Democratic Party had 28 candidates.
Oh God, it was
in the
disgusting.
2020 primary, 28 different candidates. When looking at those 28 candidates, 4 of them were governors of states. The rest were not. Most of them were senators or congresspeople. But you look at the Republican GOP debate on the stage, out of 8, all of them were governors of states except for 2. Vivek Ramaswamy and Tim Scott are the only 2 who were not governors of a state. And of course, Donald Trump, who was not a governor. That to me, I thought stood out. It's just kind of showing who the Republican Party, who they seem to sort of support or elevate or give the idea of, hey, you could potentially run for, be president of the United States, so you should run. To me, a governor is the most qualified person to then become president of the United States. They've been basically president of a state. And
Okay, I
they've
kind of
done
agree.
the job. And so, in my opinion, a governor is the best, most qualified to then go on and become the president of the country. Senators and congresspeople, especially reps from the House.
Here it comes.
What do? They're the most useless body of government.
Yep.
And for any of them to think that they could just go and then run
Yeah.
for president and be, it's mind-blowing to me when they're coming from literally the most defunct, useless branch of government. They do nothing but fundraise, especially members of Congress. Senators at least get 6-year terms, but members of Congress are 2 years, every 2 years. So the only thing they think about is getting money from their donors. That's the only thing they do, and trending on social media. That's the only thing they care about. So it's interesting that the Democratic Party, the population seems to like people like that, and they're like, hey, you could be president. You should be president next. That is, I think, really fascinating. So I just wanted to point that out. But let's...
Yeah, I think she's absolutely right. And,
Oh yeah.
I've said before, I think both of us agreed we need somebody out of the Washington bubble to run for office, which kind of contradicts what Kim is saying. However, there's a lot of people out there that have the ability to professionally run a business or a company or their hobbies or even their damn homes. And you can't tell me they wouldn't do a better job than this entire goddamn Congress we have. That's a little old school boomer thinking. But if you can't even tie your shoes and you're a congressman, you got voted in, and the Democrats are saying, oh, you could run for president. And that's when your critical thinking skills should kick in. Why? What makes you so special that you can run for president? Because all they do is try and fundraise, and they just vote how they're told by the DNC. So,
right. Well, for most of them, it's about getting their name and their brand out there, right? Like Klobuchar and those useless names, right?
They are useless, absolutely useless. And Jamal
Chris
Bowman,
Christie.
Jamal Bowman over this whole Trump indictment thing was probably the most embarrassing one. With his laughing, we got you. That was a disgraceful display of conduct by a sitting congressional member. You don't say
gross.
we got. Who the fuck is we, asshole?
Yeah,
and what do you got?
It's team sports. Yeah, exactly.
It's bullshit. And the guy, he has no business being a congressional representative at all. What do you got here, Shanda? You brought something here.
This is Ramaswamy calling out Chris Christie for running for president. And then, it's 2 totally different clips. This is Nikki Haley and Ramaswamy going at it, but the Chris Christie one says Ramaswamy calls out Chris Christie for running for president of MSNBC. Chris Christie immediately runs to his safe space on MSNBC, and he did an interview. I wasn't even going to bring it, though. It was so stupid. So go ahead and play this one.
This is really, it's just a soundbite, right?
Yeah, it is.
I want to learn from those and apply those to protect our homeland, Nikki. That is the answer.
America needs Israel.
Okay.
Let me play that again.
Yeah, you got to get that bullshit meter to pick it up.
I want to learn from those and apply those to protect
It's
our
not
homeland,
that
Nikki.
Israel
That is
needs
the answer.
America.
Can we move
America
on?
needs Israel.
Okay.
So, you know
Yeah.
the context of that, right?
I do.
Ramaswamy wants to build a stronger alliance with Israel.
Yeah.
Israel-
Because he's a change candidate.
Yeah, Israel already owns over almost 50% of Congress. They do, seriously, if not more.
And definitely RFK Jr., just saying.
Yeah, and definitely RFK Jr. I don't have a lot of good things to say about RFK Jr. However, he's not a dumbass.
I like that he's pushing back against censorship. I really, really do. I like what he's saying about the ouchie thing. But as far as everything else, yeah, you're just a Democrat, man.
Well, he said this.
And I'm just done with Democrats. I can't do it.
He said this week he wouldn't run third party. So
I know.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I'm a Democrat. I could never do that. We knew that. Like anybody questioning that he would hasn't been paying attention. So
yeah. So, invest it, get it, do what you want, get the dialogue up to where the tough questions are asked. But the bottom line most likely is going to be they're going to screw him like they screwed Bernie. But I think that was an inside job the more I hear come out of Bernie's pie hole. What do you got here?
Let's see. Donald Trump is worse than any horror story I've ever written. Stephen King. And only trust people who like big butts. They can't lie for sure.
You know what? Donald Trump did
PDS
not.
has been over the top this week.
Yeah,
for sure.
Donald Trump did not get us more entrenched in war. He did. He sent weapons and everything else.
Did.
But
He dropped the Moab,
He
right?
didn't spur this on in Ukraine like the Biden crime family has, and I'm going to be using that.
They wanted this. We would have been in Ukraine fucking 4 years
2016,
earlier. In 2016, they had it set up in 2014. They got us all worked up and riled up with the white helmets in 2015. Remember the documentary that won a bunch of Emmys and shit? That was straight up propaganda.
Yeah.
And the whole Democratic Party, oh my God, what a wonderful movie. You got to go see it. And then Oliver Stone slams us with the truth about Ukraine and what's really going on. And then it kind of went quiet, other than we kept hearing about money laundering that was happening in Ukraine and that there was biolabs going on in Ukraine. But it busted wide open as soon as Biden got in there.
Well,
right?
they wouldn't let I believe I heard somebody else say it today. We've said it before that they just impeached him because he wouldn't do what they wanted him, the military-industrial complex. He wouldn't do the arms and the shit to Ukraine or whatever.
Exactly.
But the white helmets. Now they're part of NATO or they CIA run or what is the deal?
Yeah, they're totally funded op for sure.
Yeah. Okay. You brought this. What is this?
I'm not going to state what I think it is because I'm not Whitney Webb and I don't have the memory to pull out everything she can. But I'm telling you,
She's having a rough week too.
I know.
Send some prayers to
love.
Whitney. Her son can't breathe.
I can't breathe tonight. You guys see me choking up. We are very inundated with smoke from the Canadian wildfires.
He's got. Is it a birth defect that he's got?
I don't know because we don't pry and don't ask.
Yeah.
My heart breaks for it. I can't imagine how hard it is for her.
2 or 3 years old.
He's so cute, such a cutie.
He is. You brought Joe Biden shooting his mouth off again here.
Let's see, Joe Biden. My dad used to say, don't compare me to the almighty, compare me to the alternative. So tonight, compare me to the alternative and then donate. And never argue with the fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference. So there you are.
So is he reduced to lesser of two evils? I'm not as bad as Donald Trump. Is that what he's saying?
That's what he's saying. But if you compare their two presidencies, He's
not
even compare. I paid $5.25 at the gas pump today, and I was screaming the whole time about it.
His administration is literally destroying our economy. So
it definitely is. I don't know what is going on with my lighting tonight.
Yeah, it's just too dark in the lower corner, I think.
Well, remember I lost a couple of lights, and so
Yeah, I think
it doesn't affect me in my studio, but it's obviously affecting the studio. I think we got it though, for the most part. Now that my hair's disappeared, but that's okay.
Better. I woke up to this morning, and
so did I.
Triggered the I sent it to you. That triggered me. Joe Biden proposed Social Security changes come with unintended consequences for the U.S. economy. Well, here's his fix for Social Security: reinstate the payroll tax on earned income above $400,000. Switch the inflationary tether from CPI-W to CPI-E, and you can look this shit up. It's just bullshit.
I read it this morning.
Increase the special minimum benefits. I think it's to 125%, which would give you what, $190 more, and beef up the primary insurance amount for aged beneficiaries. So what he's saying there is aged beneficiaries. He's going to help people age 78 to through 82. Which it doesn't make any sense.
1% annually
1%
for beginning at the age of 78 and continuing through the age of 82 with an accumulative 5% boost. Now, I've been going rounds with Social Security for my mother-in-law this last week and a half. And she gets whatever the max is for one person. It's like 1,100. Just under or just over that. And they want you to pay for Medicare Part B. I mean, she's 82 years old. She's got, secondary insurances, whatever. So I take her to the doctor this week. Oh, we're sorry. Your insurance has been kicked out. So they're literally garnishing her paycheck, her Social Security check for like, I don't know, $350 or some shit for the next 2 months to pay for the Medicare. And then they kicked it back in. It'll be reinstated September 1st. And then when I call them, they're like, oh, that's not our problem. You need to call welfare. So I call welfare and they're like, yeah, we don't know how this gets fixed. Like, sorry.
My mother had a monthly pension of about $425 a month, which was shit.
Which is shit,
Her supplemental insurance, she had to buy it, and she was 80 years old plus.
That's it. If you're over, whatever the age is, what is it, 78, you should not be paying for any fucking supplemental anything.
I know.
Anything.
I know. But she did, and it you know how much it was? It was $450 a month. $450 a month for supplemental insurance. 80 years old, my mother, and
our healthcare is
she was
broken
on
in this
Medicare.
country.
So this is all bullshit. And you know what?
So whatever, by the time I've paid into Social Security my whole entire life, Oz, I will never see a dime of this. This will be gone. They'll have robbed it. They've robbed it my whole entire life. And they'll move the age up to where all of us will be conveniently dead before any of us can qualify.
Well, that's how they're going to sell. They're going to grandfather us in who are already there or close to it. Then they're going to screw everybody under a certain age, and they're going to talk them into doing something else. But the thing that they don't
build your own retirement plan.
The thing that they don't tell you is that Social Security is what it says. Social Security.
It's supposed to be a net.
It's a safety net, and Social Security disability insurance has saved so many people who have been disabled from a life of poverty and misery. They're going to fuck that over too.
Not anymore. They've been gutting it and shaving it
for decades.
Decades, and it's just down to where it's bare bones crumbs right now. People are not living. You give somebody $1,100 a month to live on, knowing that the lowest rate in your area is $2,000 for a crappy old studio.
Yeah.
This is insanity what we're doing in this country, and I'm seeing more and more people popping up on social media with videos of how are you guys making it? Because I'm not making it. I can't make the bills. I can't make the rent. And if you're in this age group, Oz, it's not like you can go out and get a second or third fucking job.
No,
you
can't.
should be enjoying and relaxing, at the end of your
they're
your
closing Walmarts
working.
right and left. So you're not going to get a greeter job. You're not going to get a janitor job because they're going to automate it with robots.
They're automating all of the McDonald's.
So they're
and
basically, the younger generation is going to be pissed all they want about what the fucking boomers have done. But you know what? The boomers screwed themselves, and the younger generations are screwing themselves too. If you want to fix Social Security, and a lot of people don't know this, do you know how much the government has borrowed from Social Security?
Oh, yeah, I do know this. Yeah.
$22 trillion is what they owe to date, probably more. So
Right.
my fix for Social Security is take the cap off the motherfucker and let all these millionaires pay the proper portion of Social Security and make the goddamn government pay back that $22 trillion, put it in the Social Security fund, which should be a managed fund, and it'll be fine till Christ comes. And that's it. That's my fix. Don't do anything else. All this nibbling at it, this idiot, his administration is not going to do anything. It's going to screw everybody. We need that social safety net. And Sarah Palin saying everybody's going to lose their shit over if they indict Trump or put him in jail. People are going to lose their shit if they fuck him on their Social Security. And that's why they're going to grandfather us older folks in.
They do it slowly, though. It's like boiling a frog, right? You turn the water up slowly so it don't hop out of the pot. And that's what they are just doing. Every day they hit us with a new one, and they hurt us here and they cut it there. And you don't even realize people don't rise up because it's not all at once. You know, we're cutting your Social Security off. No, it's we're going to take your $300 in food stamps and only give you $100
we're going to kill your SNAP. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And that's what they're going to do.
We're going to talk about SNAP because I got AOC and her bullshit on the deck, too.
We have people say Ukraine's the most corrupt country in the world. No, that would be the United States. I'm sorry to tell
you're right. You're right.
Sorry to tell you. But anyway, my heart goes out for everybody. My generation and the younger generation, because we're being worked. We're being screwed by the day. And Maui's another example, not to mention East Palestine. They can come up with, they can pull money, billions out of their ass for the military industrial complex.
Every week.
They can give $3.8 trillion billion to Israel every year. Yep. But they can't come up and fix Maui, a city of 13,000 people. They're going to let the BlackRocks come in and buy up as much real estate as they can and redevelop it for the rich people. That's what they're going to do. So fuck this administration. They should all be fired, and people that are for the people should be put in office. So what do we got here? We got clown.
Let's skip this one because this is kind of just a recap of Maui. Everybody saw Biden in Maui in his terrible speech, and it's a little long. Let's just go ahead and go to the next one so we can get to the actual people and what they're saying. Only those who disobeyed survived. So AP ran a story in deadly Maui fire. Many had no warning and no way out. Those who dodged barricades survived. Only those who disobey survive.
Yep. And you've got Be Like Blake. What is this?
Oh, burn back better. Burn back better. Life hacks. If Bill Gates is involved, avoid it. If Biden says it's true, it's false. If the CDC and the FDA say it's safe, it's dangerous. If the Congress makes a law to help you, it will eventually hurt you. And if the media agrees, it's a lie. And did you see Oprah and her underwear that she's getting everybody?
Is that what this is?
Yeah, go ahead and hit play.
Okay, I want to show you guys a video. In fact, I want to show you guys two videos, and I want to compare and contrast. And these are important videos because they're about the needs of the community of Maui and specifically Lahaina. Sorry. Watch these videos and let's just talk about it real quick.
There was a volunteer, Jamie, who's a teacher in real life, said, you know, what we really need is fresh underwear in all the sizes. And I couldn't find enough in all sizes shopping, so I called the Hanes company. And when I called them back, they said, yes, we're so happy to ship to you 2.5 million units. I said, whoa.
I just want to make a PSA of what we need right now, ASAP, within the next 48 to 72 hours, even sooner if possible. We need air purifiers here for all the residents that are living in Lahaina and Luna. We need them ASAP, those household purifiers that they can put in their rooms. There's a lot of people getting sick right now, and you might be asking, why are they even living up there? Well, a lot of them, they need to defend their home and be there physically to protect their home and what they have left. So all those people living up there, including my grandparents, my uncles, my cousins that live up on the street here, people are getting sick. We need air purifiers for their homes. And also, if possible, we set up all these crosses in honor of those who we lost. If we can get some solar lights or someone to help us get lights for these at nighttime. Aloha.
All right, so the first one obviously is Oprah, who's behind a lot gate, a 1,000-acre ranch and a farm, kind of smiling, no passion, talking about needing underwear. We don't need underwear. And then you heard Blake, a leader in the community. He's up in Lahaina Luna as he's putting up crosses for the people that are missing, that are dead. He's also saving canoes out in the ocean. And while single-handedly, or not single-handedly, but bringing his community together to help. It's young men like this that I just love. I'm so happy that he is on the front lines of this, and he's a guy that you need to follow, you need to trust. And if you guys want to know what to donate, go to his Instagram. He's going to like and he's going to share with you everything he needs. But what you see is passion, what you see is purpose, and that is true leadership. So love that kid. He probably actually knows Sebastian, my son. But do you see the difference? Do you see the difference between what we're dealing with here? You know, if Oprah wants to donate something, don't donate underwear from Hanes. No, donate your key to your locked gate so people can access other parts of the island. You know, I mean, do something of relevance. Show some passion. Show some empathy. You know, be like Blake.
You can kill it.
Be like Blake.
How disgusting.
Well, I don't know. I don't understand.
It just makes me suspicious even more over her. I mean, well, okay. She's helping out, man. She's helping out. But, you know, what are you going to do? What are they going to do? They come together as a community. They support each other. And I guess the biggest way we can help is by shutting people down from giving money to these goddamn big ass charities, right? Like Obama and the Red Cross, getting people to donate to people like this that are actually there in the community, getting things that the people need and helping. And like the food banks, you know, the Maui Food Bank is another good front line.
Well, and pressure. What we can do here locally in the United States is we can pressure our local congressional leaders and tell them to get Biden's ass out in front of Congress and get an aid package out there. And I know, but you got to do something in some way.
If they do, it will have strings attached to Ukraine, just like the $700
These omnibus bills should be outlawed. They should not be able to do that. Should not be. And that's why they want the line item veto, so they can strip what they don't want out of it. So if you do have aid package for Maui or these other places, they can cut it right out in the middle of the night and say they passed an aid package that had it in there, but they take it right out and they'll send buttloads of shit to other countries, Ukraine, to kill people with. What's this one behind us?
So this is a Maui resident talking about the Ukraine aid.
Okay.
Today, I haven't had any money come in. I haven't had anybody call me back. I didn't have anything. I have no idea. I lost my house. I lost my car. I lost my animals. I mean, come on, man. We're not getting anything. Till today, I still didn't get my meds. I cannot get my meds yet. My medicine was all burnt in my house. My rent money was all burnt in my house. I have no money anymore. I think Joe Biden should take his $700 and get back on the fucking plane and go home. That's what I think. Because $700 compared to all the millions he's giving to Ukraine, why? We need it. That's why we don't understand why. We're citizens and we cannot get money. But if they're not citizens, they get gazillions of dollars from the USA. Where's our government? Fix your house before you fix somebody else's house.
Is this how, like, your community, other Hawaiians you know, locals, indigenous people, is that how they feel, pretty much how you feel?
Everybody feels that way.
Everybody feels that way.
That's why the local people stick together and we help our own people, because we know outside people are not going to do it.
You know, this is a golden opportunity for the Democrats to show that they
shine.
give a shit. To shine.
I know.
I mean,
but they won't. They won't.
This lady, another executive order. The executive order to tell the pharmacies over in Hawaii to not go through the regular processes about refilling these prescriptions. Just bypass them. It's an emergency situation. Replace the prescription. Sure, your narcotics and stuff, give them a double look, but make sure these people get their goddamn prescriptions.
Yeah, their heart meds and their blood pressure meds and their cholesterol meds.
And I know
that should be a no-brainer. They should just replace them.
Experience, I know pharmacies, they do that on their own. But
yeah. I've
Biden
had
should
plenty of
be out
pharmacists
there
do that.
writing an executive order that gives the pharmacies cover to do that.
He should be doing all kinds
All
of things,
kinds of
making sure
stuff.
that they get solar generators in there, making sure
Yes.
that they get ventilators, and he's
And
not
it's the
doing
entire
anything
Congress.
for.
It's just not that
Yeah,
diaper
they
wielding
don't care.
shithead.
They
It's the
don't care.
Congress, Democrats
Unless
and
they can get a
Republicans.
photo op and he can go out
Unless
there
they
and
get
get all the
something out of
cameras.
it, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
so what did he do? He went over there for half a day, and then he flew back on vacation to Tahoe. Jesus Christ, what a profile in courage. What a piece of shit. What is this, Revolutionary Blackout Network?
This is the same thing. I don't think you have to play this because
Okay.
I think we just listened to it. But yeah, Revolutionary Blackout Network says, I've seen multiple videos of Hawaiians complaining about Ukrainian aid after seeing what they are getting. The sentiment is spreading fast across Hawaii and around the nation. The NATO left has no idea how out of touch they are and how screwed Democrats are.
Yeah,
they're screwed.
it's true. It's absolutely true. I honestly, I don't know President Jesus if Cornell's traveling there. I think the
I don't know.
all
I
the
hadn't heard if
presidential
he is.
candidates should be traveling there, and they should have something in their goddamn hand instead of a shake. I want them to bring something
And a
from their
camera,
local
exactly.
state to Lahaina to help the people. If
Yeah.
they're going to go there, I don't want to see a fucking photo op. I want to see them bringing
Exactly.
resources.
Hey, Oprah brought underwear. What can you bring?
Yeah, Haynes did that because that's their marketing budget, and they can charge
well,
it to
yeah.
that, and
They
then
can write it off.
yeah,
It's a
write it
write-off.
and then they
2.8
sell
million
more
units.
underwear. Oh shit,
Yep.
we don't need Michael Jordan. We could just burn his city down. You fuckers, give me a break. Am I being cynical, Shanda? I think I am.
No, but this is pretty cynical. So United spot.
So United spot. Tell them about the time you fell off your bike. Hey, come on, man. Things are gonna get better. I mean, I should know. I fell off my bike once, so I know exactly what you guys are going through. You son of a bitch actually said it.
Joe, say ow. The ground's hot.
It's not gonna say that. Ow! That ground is so hot. Why is it so hot? So, ask them if they want to make a donation to the Ukraine. Hey, since I'm here, would anybody like to make a donation to the Ukraine? Joe, tell them about your small kitchen fire. Being here reminds me of the time I had a small kitchen fire, so I can relate to what you guys are going through right now. Tell them how you almost lost your Corvette and your cat. I know what suffering looks like. Hell, I almost lost my Corvette and my cat.
They're killing
Not a
it.
joke. So I've been in your shoes. Joe, tell them about the time it got really hot in Delaware. Yeah, so I know what it's like to be hot, all right? There was this one time in Delaware, it was almost like 100 degrees out. You know, I got a sunburn. You know, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't think I was going to make it. But I'm still here today. So I think that there's hope for all of you. Tell them that being here reminds you of the time that you got a paper cut. Yeah, so being here reminds me of the time that I got a paper cut, you know? You think you got it bad? Try getting a paper cut, all right? You don't want to know what I went through, all right? Get a paper cut, and then you'll know what real tragedy feels like. Joe, make this all about you. So there I was on the beach enjoying my vacation this month, you know, just sitting there staring at kids, and I was having a great time, just relaxing, and then I get a phone call, and they tell me to come here. Yeah. Now my vacation's ruined. Joe, tell him this is all Trump's fault. It's all Trump's fault. And this is all Trump's fault.
Joe, pretend to be sleeping. Oh, that guy's
Joe, wake up. Joe, wake up. Joe, wake up. Joe. Wake up, Joe. Wake up, Joe. What? Time is this thing over?
Well, yeah, that was pretty insensitive. Unfortunately, the goddamn shoe fits. It
Yeah.
fits. So wear it, asshole. God dang. That was, it was funny, but not really.
Yeah, but not really, because that's our reality for sure.
Yeah.
So this is our reality too. Did you see this? A bunch of snakes. Richard Blumenthal, obviously no relation to Max Blumenthal. Elizabeth Warren and Lindsey Graham flew to Ukraine for the 4th time to meet with Zelensky. Look at how they're slapping each other on the back like old pals. This is disgusting. They're discussing providing Ukraine with more money.
It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yes, we know each other were.
Jesus
back for the
Christ.
4th time.
Unbelievable.
Fourth trip. One more trip. We're in the 8th.
You know, those 3 shit bags should be just run out of Congress, run out of Washington, period.
Well, he got a new villa. I heard he got a new villa this week.
Yeah,
we saw
what was
some
it,
pictures of it.
4.2 billion, something
Yeah,
like that.
it was huge. Yeah, I wonder how he paid for that.
Elizabeth Warren and Blumenthal are the epitome of what hypocrisy is.
Totally.
And Lindsey Graham is just a piece of shit that needs to be flung into the sun, I guess. I don't know. He's worthless.
Oh, he's going somewhere hot someday.
No, he's just another war pig. He's a war pig.
He's not. He's a war pig. They're all war pigs. Right there shows you the epitome of the problem that our country has. War pigs, hand in hand, over there, kissing his ass. Whatever you want, we're going to give it to you. We're going to give it to you. That's bipartisanship for you.
It sure the hell is. And here's Jeffrey Sachs laying down some truths. As much as we need to hear them, we need to share them. But he nails it here.
We're already in a post-American and post-Western world. We're in a truly multipolar world. We're in a world where the BRICS countries are larger than the G7 countries.
Turkey wants to join. Even Turkey and Greece want to join the BRICS countries.
One of the points of all of this is the United States does not accept that transition. The United States still believes that this is ultimately a U.S.-led world with 2 recalcitrant actors, Russia and China, and all the rest will come along to understand the realities. And the U.S., in my opinion, is a quarter century out of date. And Europe is a big disappointment in this, because there isn't one voice in Europe right now that has a geopolitical outlook that is really even intelligible, basically. But what kind of world we're heading towards really is an open question, because we could be heading towards a world of massive conflict and disaster, or we could actually head towards a world where some intelligent, non-octogenarian leader in the United States arises and says, NATO, we don't need it so much anymore. But what we do need is to have normal relations with China, with India, with Russia, with Brazil, with EU. Yeah. And then suddenly things would look really quite different.
Yeah, they need to get their shit together before the bottom falls out of it.
And the bottom's gonna fall out. We're shut out. If you're not noticing that all the doors are shutting and we're getting left behind.
Yeah, we're not spreading fear. We're just telling you what we see. Don't be 100%. Scared, because you're gonna get effed either way. So
we were the bully. We have it coming. We were the bully of the fucking world for the last 125 years, and we're going to get punched in the nose, and we're going to get punched hard. We're going to land on our asses, and you can't say we didn't have it coming, because we didn't do anything about these fucking war hawks that are in there and have control. These war pigs that are hand in hand with all of the military-industrial complex.
Yeah, Eisenhower warned you. You didn't listen. So what are you going to do?
So did.
You want to read that, Super Ray?
Yeah. Oh, Super Ray. Brits' new nation were under membership. Oh, hold on. Crazy Puppet says BRICS new nations will become members on 1/1/24. There you go, Oz. That was the question you were asking.
That was the question.
1/1/24. Thank you, Crazy Puppet.
And what's going to happen? And what have I been saying? 4th quarter 23, right? That's when the shit's going to hit the fan.
Yeah, the shit's going to hit the fan.
That?
This is going to be a hard winter, man. This is going to be a tough winter.
It's going to be, hey, Merry fucking Christmas. Here you go. You brought this, Mick Wallace.
Yeah, so U.S. military flyover, ship visit, and marching band to coincide with American football in Dublin. Along with the visit of the ship, there will also be flyovers of U.S. military crafts above the city. And Mick Wallace says some people think it's okay when there's financial gain to normalize the U.S. military-industrial complex that has killed millions of people and displaced tens of millions. And do environmentalists care the emissions from the military are greater than air plus shipping combined?
Yeah. It's the dirtiest thing we're doing to the planet. And, just whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
Crazy Puppet says BRICS will retain the name moving forward. Yeah, I think they're definitely going to retain that.
Yeah, I do. Thank you, Crazy Puppet. Thanks for the super chat. We appreciate it here. Not on the couch, but the couch appreciates them too.
Oh, the couch always appreciates it too. Hey, do you know it was Maxine Waters' birthday this week? See how old she is?
I don't know. How old is she?
85. She's getting up there with Feinstein. And let's see. I say we knock off Trump and then go after Pence. We have the power. Maxine Waters, 9/17/2018. Yes, she actually said this and then blames Trump for inciting violence. And of course, there's Maxine Waters' district down below. And I did not ever realize that if you put glasses on a blobfish and a wig, it becomes a left-wing activist.
God, who does that look like? That looks.
It looks like Waters to me. It looks like Maxine Waters to me.
No, I think it looks more like Alan Greenspan.
Oh yeah, it does look like Greenspan. You nailed it.
Yeah. So anyway,
got the jowls.
Here's your favorite congressional rep.
Oh, this made me so mad. This made me so bad. Go ahead and hit play on this. This is AOC ranting about SNAP.
Oh, there is a video here. Okay.
Hey everyone, we're here at Castle Hill Houses at the Community Garden in the Bronx to talk about SNAP, otherwise known as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or otherwise known as food stamps. Right now, food insecurity has been skyrocketing, and during the pandemic, Congress passed legislation to increase SNAP benefits. But those benefits expired in March, and the demand at food pantries has exploded ever since. But rather than address this crisis, Republicans have used the debt ceiling negotiations to actually try to cut SNAP. And now they might want to cut it again when Congress votes on the Farm Bill this fall. This legislation will set SNAP's funding levels for the next 5 years. But we cannot let these cuts happen. According to the U.S. Census, more than 26.5 million Americans say that they sometimes don't have enough to eat. And that's a 12% increase from last year. That is huge. So right now is the time to increase access to healthy foods, not turn our back on the most vulnerable, and we will not stop fighting until we increase SNAP.
So everything she said there was true, that yes, they did kick millions off in March. People are filling it. The food banks are filling it. But where the fuck was she before that? She's been in there for 4 years now. Yeah, I think 4 years now. And she's pushing the Farm Bill. Let's look at the Farm Bill because we've covered the Farm Bill. The Farm Bill's got some really disgusting, heinous shit all wrapped up inside of it. And of course, Fetterman's the head of it. They literally put Fetterman and AOC to push the Farm Bill down our freaking throats. And because they're friendliest, right? They're the kindest of all of the new Dems. So why not have them be the face of this? So to help the poor people, they will ram this Farm Bill down our throats.
Yeah, whatever. They're going to protect our food stamps, our social safety net, like they protected Roe versus Wade.
Yep.
So they're going to use that as a fundraising mechanism for their goddamn campaign. Mark my words. It's going to be these kinds of things that they're going to give lip service to up all the way to 2024. Scare the hell out of people who are already scared to death because they're cowards, they're liars, they're cheats, and I would enjoy telling that to them to their face all day long. So you brought this meme.
Why, yes, I'm on a diet. It's called Too Rich for Food Stamps, but Too Poor to Buy Food diet. That is millions of Americans who are right in that, make too much money to qualify for food stamps or health care, but not enough to actually buy it for myself.
And our wonderful executive producer, Linda, brought the yum yum for this week.
One of these things is not like the others. Only one of these things really does belong. August 26th. On this date in the U.S., we celebrate National Women's Equality Day, the day in 1920 when the country decided women should have the right to vote. Hey, now just give us a frickin' reason. National Dog Day, National Cherry Popsicle Day, and National Toilet Paper Day followed at some point, because apparently the other 364 days were busy. Dogs probably deserve a national day, just a different one, but elevating the other two to National Day status? Come on. Cherry popsicles, toilet paper, dogs, women's equality. Can you guess which one is not like the others before I finish this yum yum?
Cherry Popsicle Day.
Jesus.
I love Cherry Popsicle Day.
Oh, my God. This country is a national toilet paper country. Just hit them with another, and they'll be buying up toilet paper. So there you go. Great job, Linda. Beautiful, beautiful artwork on that too, Linda. You do a terrific job on those. We've got this one. You brought most of these tonight, so go for it.
Yeah. Visual representation of income inequality. So $7.25 per hour to $25 per hour, and what is that? $1,221 per hour. Anyways, I love how it says has to work 35 minutes for a dozen eggs, has to work 10 minutes for a dozen eggs, has to work 0.13 seconds for a dozen eggs. And that really puts it in perspective just how much harder the working class and low-wage workers have to work to buy the same thing as everybody above them.
That fucker over at Disney, Bob Iger, gets 400 times what the average worker at Disney gets, and it's billions of dollars is what he's ending up getting. And we wonder why Disney's in a tailspin because of that kind of management that's just gorging themselves on money.
What is it, the new Snow White? The new Snow White's just taken a hit, man. It's supposed to suck really bad. Even the stars in it are like, yeah, I get it.
They burned Star Wars to the ground.
Yeah.
And they've destroyed, with live action, just about Aladdin and Snow White now and Little Mermaid. They've wrecked all these.
Everything. Why can't they come up with anything new? Why do they got to keep killing the same shit over and over and over? And then they have to make it all woke, and nobody wants to watch, that.
Well, who's making the decisions?
Just make something new. Why do you got to,
Yeah.
Why do you
have
do
some
that?
original ideas. So anyway.
They don't. They have none.
And don't forget, everybody, your subscription services to things like Hulu and Disney and the rest of them, they're all Netflix, all of them are going up. And I'm canceling right and left my subscription services because they don't give you any value for your dollar anymore.
No.
So, and they're forcing us to use Amazon. They're closing stores everywhere,
Oh my gosh, and the stores don't have shit for stock.
Yeah, they're out of stock. They can't get the stuff. They get ripped off so bad, they're closing them down. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You brought this.
Sony owns a patent that would force viewers to exclaim the brand name during commercials to end them. So literally you'd be sitting there watching TV and you'd have to yell out McDonald's to shut it off.
Yeah. She's not kidding.
No, and they've got ones that'll put them in your dreams now too.
Yeah, and that was back when we were kids. They were talking about how they forced them to keep the sound level on your television the same as the show you were watching, because these companies wanted to raise the volume on the commercials to pound them through your brain.
Oh my God, I hated that. Yeah.
But they did have legislation where they couldn't do that. Now it's a free-for-all. I'll be watching something on one of these fucking platforms.
Dozing off.
The commercial will come on and it'll blow me out of my chair.
I know.
Yeah,
that pisses me off.
You might say, well, Oz, pay for the premium service so you skip the commercials. I hate paying for the service I got, and I'm not going to give them another dime than I have to. So that's that, everybody. We've got this. You brought this. What is this?
This is Meanwhile in Chicago.
What? How many people are getting shot?
I guess.
Democrats Day featured all the state's big names, including Senators Duckworth and Durbin, and of course, the man who's become one of the country's most powerful Democrats, J.B. Pritzker, who today touted his successes, including the assault weapons ban, the ban on book bans, and expanding reproductive rights in Illinois as victories over Donald Trump's party during his tenure in office.
There's a reason that we were chosen to host the Democratic National Convention next year, and it's because we are a bright light of freedom in the center of the nation.
We are a bright light of freedom in the center of the nation.
We are a beacon lighting the path for national success.
For national success.
Yeah.
But that's why they got chose for the DNC convention.
When everyone else is just Ken.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
We are a beacon lighting the path for national success.
Well, Chicago, talk to Brother Kit about that. Kit Cabello over at Hardlands Media. He'll give you the lowdown on that.
Oh, heck yeah. But Chicago's not the only one because San Francisco's there. Go ahead and hit play on this. This is, of course, this was this week.
Who is this?
I think this is the mayor of San Francisco. I could be wrong.
This coalition has held San Francisco hostage for decades. It is time for their reign to end. Let me be clear. This city leads with compassion. We invest billions of dollars into helping people who are homeless. And in fact, since 2018, we have helped almost 10,000 people exit homelessness. Almost 10,000 people. And in every point in time count, we have not even seen a point in time count reach 10,000 people. So what does that mean? This city is being taken advantage of, and we are tired of it. The conversation should be with the people whose lives were saved and turned around because of the work that we did. And the fact that the courts have crippled our ability to do our jobs to help get people into shelter is criminal.
Do you know what the hell she's talking about?
Okay, so she's trying to ramble off all the accomplishments of the mayor's office, right? Obviously, she's running or something. But you hear all the protesters, and you see they're in the background trying to get their signs in there, about the homeless. So she says, well, we've helped 10,000 homeless people, but they have a homeless population of, much, much higher than that. And then I remembered, I was like, oh, I remember this story about San Francisco buying these trash cans that blocked homeless people from digging in them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it would literally be cheaper to just put out free food stations. God, liberals suck. And yeah, I mean, liberals suck. She sits here trying to say how much they're doing, and everybody knows that San Francisco is a completely failed city right now.
Well, yeah.
All the businesses are gone. There is nothing left downtown except for crime. I mean, people leave signs on their car that say, there's nothing in the car. Please don't smash my windows. We've seen the smash and grabs. The Democrats, and they just go out there and pretend like we don't know the truth of what's happening in our own cities. Yeah. Like, you don't see it's the emperor's clothes, right? Oh, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Look at this utopia that we're making for you. And we're like, what the hell are you talking about?
Portland is falling apart.
And, Portland's so bad.
And I saw a survey the other day. Oh, Portland's one of the best cities to live in. Bullshit.
I know,
Bullshit.
right?
Portland's falling apart. San Francisco, obviously.
Seattle.
Los Angeles, Seattle. I mean, they're all going in the toilet.
Yep.
And what do they all have in common? Liberal leadership.
Denver, New York,
yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, and I hate to say this.
The truth.
But I don't think the other party in charge would do any better. They might do worse.
No, they won't.
This is a national crisis.
That's the problem.
You know, our infrastructure, this build back bullshit is building back nothing. It's giving the security state more powers and more money to screw us. So just keep that in mind, everybody. That's how it's going to be. Linda, out of the park again, and she decided to make an avatar of my lovely wife and coffee maker expert Joey up there. Joey's Coffee.
Joey's so cute.
And it's a little thank you that she's got all of us. There's Linda in the back, and there's the Boomer there, and there's Shanda, and we are whiffing on our Joey's Coffee. Over 25 years of small batch and hand roasted coffee. And I am biased, and it is good. And Shanda, you might be a little biased too, but it is pretty good, isn't it?
I'm not biased. I like coffee, and I'll tell you, it's the best coffee I've ever had. And I've had like mass different coffees.
Yeah,
it's so good. She does such a great job.
And
with
she
it.
hand roasts it and gets it out within a couple of days. And did you know
so
that
fresh
hand roasted coffee? She said it's best not the first few days. She says wait for 3 or 4 days, and it's good for a week. It's at its max premium taste right there, and the longer you wait to drink it, the less the flavor goes. So it's and it
so
doesn't
good,
have
though.
any preservatives or any horse shit in it. So if you would like some Joey's Coffee, just send us an order. Shanda will get the order to me. We will send it to you. And we do have an Etsy shop, but we're thinking about closing that Etsy shop.
Yeah.
Because we want to do more personal stuff, and
I get it.
We're working on a merch shop. It's coming, and we're going to share that merch with Combo Couch and some of our others and sisters and brothers, so we can get our acquisition costs
We got all
down.
kinds of stuff going on
Yeah.
behind the scenes. We got the cookbook, we got merch going on, we got the movie night. Yeah, we're doing all kinds of
We
stuff.
just need to clone ourselves like 3 or 4 times, I think. That
I
would do
hear
it. This is AC Garland. We applied the law evenly without fear or favor. We got Clinton with an Epstein Island shirt on. We got Hillary with Russia hoax shirt on, and Pelosi, booze, and Nancy's got asked me about stock tips, and then you've got Hunter and Daddy, the big guy made in China. I think that's exactly right, and it's a great cartoon that somebody put out. Gary Ward, I think, is up there. So I had to bring that, and you brought a memology here. What is up with this?
Since we were bitching about blue cities, we might as well bitch about New York. They need money. They want a crisis.
I have sent a letter to President Biden formally requesting immediate executive action in 4 key areas. First, expedited work authorization so we can get these people out of shelters and into the jobs. Financial support. for
Into the
federal
jobs,
housing
because that's all they're there
vouchers,
for.
Schools, healthcare, legal services, case management, and shelter for us to provide to these asylum seekers. The use of more federal facilities to construct new temporary shelters.
Sure. What the fuck?
And reimbursement for the cost of our National Guard, which have been on the ground at these shelters throughout the state since last year.
So I'm not going to go down any of the Republican talking points as it's not fair that we have homeless and they're not getting any help. So why would we give these? The bottom line is the Democrats are trafficking human beings into the big cities to make them work for them. That's why she said we have to get them to work and we got to put them places to sleep before we make them clean our hotels and our fancy offices and cook for us.
It's an open air prison with the National Guard as the guards. And she wanted that money to supplement or to pay the National Guards to run that open air prison. That she's a hag. She is
Oh,
terrible.
such a hag.
I thought that last bastard Cuomo
Was bad. Shit, we take
She's
Como back,
terrible.
man. Heck yeah. You just slap your ass, right?
We have a new addition here. We've got Lego Shando and Lego Oz. Is that Lego
I'm going to
Oz?
make you a better one. I'll make you a better one tomorrow.
Well, I like
you
the
don't like
hair.
the Elvis
I
Oz.
like
Yeah,
the
well, I
hair.
thought that's why I picked that one for you, the hair.
So.
I like this. So just an rising sign, sun sign is in need of, and your moon sign. So find where you are in the signs. So I'm Gemini. So mine is just Gemini, frazzled troll in need of an internet break. Yes, I am a frazzled troll in need of an internet break for sure.
I'm a Virgo on the cusp. And fidgety, yeah, maybe. Mothman. I don't know what the reference is. And
In need of a snooze button.
in need of, put that right on my forehead. So
You're in need of a snooze button.
I think I'm more of a Leo.
We got any Scorpios out there? They're in need of a hot date. The Sagittarius are needing attention. Capricorns need a vacation.
Can I trade?
Aries,
I wanna
you
trade.
can trade. I don't care.
I wanna trade.
Pisces, a full 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, wouldn't that be good? Some snacks. Taurus wants snacks. And Aries needs a major change.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Cancer. Messy, ghost, and an attitude adjustment. That would be
An
me.
attitude adjustment.
Yeah, I need an attitude adjustment.
Too cute.
We got what do we got? Hotspot. Oh yeah.
You sent me this week.
Yeah, just let you know, seafood's going to be going up in price because they're going to kill it all. And when you get the expensive seafood, just remember to have your Geiger counter, or whatever the hell you do, to check for radiation in it.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is another crime.
They've been doing this. This is media bullshit because they have been wanting to dump this radioactive water because that's, they've been keeping it in these big fucking plastic barrel-y things, and literally they've been piling them up all over the countryside. They break, they seep into the dirt, the ground, they're back into the groundwater. They've been trying to figure out what to do with them for the last 10 years. Like, finally they're just like, you know what, we're just gonna just open it up and just let this stuff run out into the ocean. And now they finally pushed it through. But you can't tell me they haven't been leaking this stuff into the ocean forever. Forever.
I mean,
since it happened.
The nuclear power ships, the United States military, where do you think they dump their nuclear waste from those things? Their waste, their toxic waste? Where do you think it goes?
Right out the back.
It goes out the back. They dump it in trenches in these 50-gallon barrels, and it goes straight into the salt water. And how long do you think before those degrade? Yeah, just give it to Flipper and Moby the Dick and see how long they're around. So we're our own worst enemy. We're killing ourselves, and how they can do this and get away with it is beyond.
They're the military-industrial complex. They can get away with anything, just like Elon. So this is the 2024 Tesla calendar. It looks dope.
Jesus Christ. That's not funny either, but it's true.
It's
true. I didn't know how to come across this, but I saw all these toasts at burnt different levels. Joey likes 16, and I feel like 1 all the time.
You feel like 1.
Yeah. So the social media.
I'm going to guess yours. I'm going to say you're an 11. You like 11.
Well, it depends, Shanda, because sometimes you and I are like 1 all the time when we read this bullshit news.
I know. I was burnt today when you called me.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, Shanda, I sent Shanda the good news about, getting a strike over on my channel, and we got that, and I called her, and it's like,
I was standing in a clothing rack in an estate sale or something.
She'd make a damn poodle or a chihuahua blush. I mean, that was just like. Well,
I was like, "What do you mean? We haven't even aired the show yet." Because you were like, "Something on the deck got us spiked," and I'm like, "We haven't even ran the show. How could we've got a strike already?"
Yeah, and leave it to Shanda. She cares about my feelings. She sends me a text a little wire apologizing for biting my head off. And I knew it wasn't directed at me, but she was pissed.
But I felt bad.
And I understand, but she.
Well, I'm pissed because we're censored. We worked so hard on this stuff, and then they come in and hit us. I wasn't mad at you.
She gives a shit about my feelings, as she does so many people, and that's what makes her such a good person.
Of course I care.
It is Sabby Says time.
Sabby Says.
And I, as we talked in the green room, Sabby's venturing out and getting recognized on different platforms and trying to mend and create new alliances with people. Just remember,
somebody has to be the peacemaker.
Somebody has to be the peacemaker. And if it's not going to work out, Sabby and others who are trying to do this, they'll find out soon enough.
They'll get burned. Yeah.
The main thing you look for is that they don't flip. If they flip like Kyle and Crystal and Mike Figueredo and the rest of them,
we've seen so many, right? So many.
But I don't believe Sabby would do that. And I think I've made a statement before. If Sabby flips, I'm done. I mean, we're going to go movie review and shit like that because I just don't believe it.
Cat videos.
Cat videos. So here we go. Sabby says, this is a clip that you're all aware of, but I wanted to echo it for her. So here we go.
As the source of criminality, as the source of fraud, massive rampant voter fraud, where you could have a Rudy Giuliani talking about Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss as drug dealers, passing out ballots as if they're passing out heroin and cocaine. That kind of assault on Black humanity was the same kind of assault that led to the Voting Rights Act.
So when we talk about the assault on Black humanity, I guess that doesn't count for people like Joe Biden, right? You see why you can look at something like this and just say this is clown shit? And I say it because of this reason. We're going to talk about the assault on humanity of Black Americans. Let's talk about Joe Biden's crime bills. Why would you still go out and support him after what he's done to the Black community? And he did these things by legislation, which is actually worse. Let's talk about that assault on the humanity of the Black community. It just, you see why this is why, hold on. This is why I get so frustrated with we are going to vote for the Democratic Party because they're so much better for the Black community. People, this is what aggravates me about that. Because the things that, if you can say those things about Donald Trump, that you feel he targeted Black people and said their votes weren't legitimate, et cetera, then you can also in that same breath say some things about Joe Biden, about he targeted the Black community when it came to legislation. But because Joe Biden is a Democrat and you have been told to fear the Republican Party, you're going to go along with Jim Crow Joe anyway, because you have been tricked into believing that either one of these parties is going to be the best for your community. And the reality is, when you look at it, both parties have screwed over the Black community. But what kills me, and she's a professor, and yeah, she's an author, but what kills me is with like outlets like Democracy Now!, they'll bring on these professors, particularly in this situation. Let me bring on a Black professor who lives there, who teaches there, and let me get them to give these liberal talking points to give the Democratic Party more cred. But when the Democratic Party is doing these same types of policies against Black people, you want to talk about voter suppression? Let's talk about the fact how the Democratic Party has also redrawn districts to push out politicians that they didn't feel would play their game.
Yep.
Let's talk about how the Democratic Party did that in reference to Dennis Kucinich.
Yep.
So, I mean, both parties do it if you want to talk about voter suppression. And what kills me is someone like Carol, who is a professor, very intelligent, living right there in Georgia. What drives me crazy is that she is willing to ignore that the Democratic Party also has been guilty of voter suppression. You can't make these things up, people. You really can't.
No, you can't. And what Sabby's doing there is just showing the hypocrisy that is just dripping from people that go on these shows and this Western media horseshit. So,
Democracy Now! Has been shit since 2016. Since, I saw it up close and personal at the People's Summit in 2017. That whole entire swath of sellouts, Naomi Klein and, Amy Goodman and, they were all there. Van Jones. It was gross.
It was terrible. Van Jones particularly was pretty Pretty bad. What do you got up here?
I think you brought those.
I did? This
No.
picture of Elon Musk kissing a prototype sex robot was generated by AI because the real robot wouldn't do it. If I did bring it, I don't remember bringing it, but that would be
funny.
something I would bring, I think. Yeah. So you've got the Hoff here. What's
The Hoff. The Hoff was the first man to own a smartwatch. He was. You remember his car, Kit? He would talk to Kit on his wrist.
I liked
yeah. Kit too. Kit was smart ass, and I always liked that about him.
Yeah.
Let's see. And we need you to put on your mask again. Compliance does not protect you from the monsters. It opens the door for them.
Oh, okay. Facts. Beauty and the Boomer. That's a good one. And you brought the ketchup man. The Heinz Fortune man.
I love this meme. I think that Bezos reminds me of someone.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's being cruel to Elmer Fudd, though.
It is. And actually, I'm immune to propaganda. So let's hear from John Kerry and his propaganda.
And that's a great meme, Garfield.
That is a great meme. And I saw it, I was like, oh, that's going to go stay on the deck for a while.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is no exaggeration to say that in 2023, we again stand on the precipice of where Hutton and Voltaire and others once stood. Despite a vast array of facts, beyond any shadow of a doubt, of any reasonable doubt, despite thousands of scientists accumulating hard data all their lives, and without a single piece of peer-reviewed documentation to the contrary, we are again witnessing another moment in which the persuasive force of evidence, and with it, Earth's future, hangs in the balance. In 5 years, scientists predict we will have the first ice-free Arctic summer. That exposes more ocean to sunlight. Ocean is dark. It consumes more of the heat from the sunlight, which then accelerates the rate of the melting without facts or economics on their side. They flatly deny what is happening to our planet and what we must do to save it. They incite a movement against what they falsely label climate change fanaticism, as they conveniently forget that the dictionary definition of a cult is the dismissal of facts in devotion to a lie. And while they refuse to accept the facts behind increasingly obvious damages, which the First Minister listed, they lash out at the truth tellers instead and label indisputable evidence as hysteria. They compound the already difficult challenge of the climate crisis by promising to do more of exactly what created this crisis in the first place. So now, humanity is inexorably threatened by humanity itself, by those seducing people into buying into a completely fictitious alternative reality where we don't need to act and we don't even need to care. As they conveniently forget that the dictionary definition of a cult is the dismissal of facts in devotion to a lie.
Right back at you, bitch.
That was so gross. I mean, to have him flipping that, you're just a conspiracy theorist.
The hypocrisy there, another dripping moment by the most, what would you say he is? He's inspiring and charismatic pieces of shit.
No, he's starting to look like not the Crypt Keeper. I don't know. His eyes, like his soul is being sucked out of his body. That's the way I see him.
Well, I do too. He's terrible, and he was a terrible president. He's just a bazillionaire rich asshole.
Yeah, he's always been a bazillionaire rich asshole.
I think that bringing up the Shitlib Book Club right after that's appropriate. How to Raise Your IQ by Eating Gifted Children, Klaus Schwab special, and then How to Make Money in Your Spare Time. Well, there's AOC selling her sunscreen. So
sell sunscreen. Yeah, that always works.
It works. And then we've got, is this the other, Linda, Would You Rather?
Would you rather?
Would you rather? And here we go.
Nothing heavy tonight, just a question about marriage. If you had to make the choice, would you rather accept or make the proposal in an arranged marriage, or would you choose to be single forever? The arranged marriage has to be forever too, by the way. I'd choose to be single forever rather than let somebody else choose my significant other for life. I will concede that third parties can be successful matchmakers for us, but it's still a crapshoot.
Yeah, I don't know. I do the arranged marriage because, I haven't done a very good job of myself. So maybe somebody else will have better luck than I have.
I'd be single for life. I was going to be single for life until my wife found me and said, "No, you ain't going to be single."
Yeah,
You're
that's what
marrying
every
me."
man says.
Okay, here we go. Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
So, yeah, there have been a lot of speculations about a new sort of global pandemic, and I'm here today to inform all of you that there is indeed a new global challenge coming our way, not unlike the one from 2020 to 2022, but this time it's very different. Rectomovid-23, as this new virus is called, does not spread via the respiratory system, but rather, so yeah, its business takes place down there in the cornhole. Also, former precautionary measures like masks won't be needed this time. We recommend every household, as of now, to acquire special protective diapers to be safe, and there have also been quite disruptive rumors about me owning over 90% of the special diaper market. This is not true. This is not true. It's more like 86%. Stay safe, everyone, and yeah, get those protective diapers.
Snickers for Alexander.
Yeah, whatever.
It's rectomovid. Rectomovid.
Yeah, and that's going to freak everybody out because that was an AI thing too. So.
Well, obviously that was taken out of context and it was all edited and chopped up, but it was funny.
It was pretty.
Not as funny as watching Bolton drool all over himself because Trump had to do a mugshot.
This war pig piece of shit.
Ambassador, thank you for being here tonight. I mean, I just wonder, as someone who worked inside the West Wing when Donald Trump was president, what is it like for you to see his mugshot tonight?
Well, I thought it was, as with most things Trump does, carefully staged. They must have thought about what look they wanted. He could have smiled. He could have looked benign. Instead, he looks like a thug. And I think it's intended to be a sign of intimidation against the prosecutors and judges. That's what they picked, and we'll see that picture everywhere.
So you think they actually spent time deciding, should he smile in this? Should he have this scowl that he appears to have gone with?
He appears to have
Almost
gone
as much
with.
time as they spent combing his hair.
Oh, that's the best you could come up with. Come on.
Shortly after, on his own social media account, along with the phrase "never surrender." I mean, a bit ironic given he had actually just surrendered at the Fulton County Jail behind me. But how do you expect him to try to use this to his political advantage as he's running for president?
Well, I think in the same way he's used the other three indictments, and I think the evidence is that the indictments have proven the law of diminishing marginal utility. If anything, they're not undercutting his support; they're building it up. And it just underlines to me that a lot of what's going to happen before these trials begin is going to pass essentially unnoticed in the political realm. The real issue here is that one or more of the trials occur before the election, and then whether he's convicted or
It's
acquitted.
not cut?
And that's why I think this scheduling date for Ken Chesebro's trial in the Georgia court, in this case, is such a stunning development. I don't know what strategy his lawyers were following. I've seen it reported. People have said on your show that he was that his lawyers were taking a gamble, that it was a bluff. If that's the case, they ought to be convicted of malpractice. They must have a strategy. They must think they've got some idea what to do here. And I think the consequences are potentially enormous. If Chesebro is acquitted, given his role as the author, according to the indictment, of the memos that laid out the alternate elector strategy, if he's acquitted or gets a hung jury, which they will spin as an acquittal, I think that's going to have an unbelievable political effect. I think I had been looking simply at the Trump trial, but if Cheesebro goes ahead and is acquitted, it vindicates Trump's narrative. Now, if he's convicted, I think it obviously cuts in the other direction, and it could happen in 2 months.
He's so
okay,
full of
so
shit.
the reason that was a long clip, though, is, Cheesebro gets off and gets acquitted. They won't have a case against Trump for this one. This one's so flimsy as it is. So you've heard of, watching CNN, I have to go through CNN. Of course, they were in love with the fact that Trump got arrested, but you see them pivoting and starting to turn a little bit on Biden.
Yeah.
And it's because they're getting ready to throw him under the bus,
I agree.
And so I will keep an eye on CNN and what they're up to.
And we've got Fox. I'm sure this
Fox,
is
cream of bullshit.
The Biden administration is weighing a new recommendation that may not sit well with happy hour-loving Americans.
Yeah, Nazi Barbie.
They're considering lowering the recommended amount of booze we should drink in 2025. Sure to be a fan favorite there. The National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism director, Dr. George Koob, says the new guidelines could match Canada's, which advise people to limit consumption to just 2 drinks per week. Current recommendations for women are 1 beer, small glass of wine, or 1 shot per day. Men can have 2. Emily, this makes me so sad, especially because I just had wine from your winery and it was delightful.
Thank you. I'm so glad you love it. Yeah, I think this is so laughable in so many ways. Most importantly for that broad brush that they are painting and thinking that Americans are going to stand for it when we have a $35 billion industry around alcohol and the like. If they're worried about health issues, then talk about the process. Talk about the advent of diabetes or the development of diabetes with sugar and the like. There's a lot of conversations thoughtfully that we can have about health in this country, but I think coming out and being like 1 beer a week, the next beer that I have, which will be in 13 minutes, I'm gonna cheers to that.
Is that
They're
really
all
a thing?
drunk over on Fox.
Is that really a thing?
Yeah, they want to change the daily recommended, which I think alcohol is freaking the devil. I always, I grew up in an alcoholic domestic violence home that was, was fed by alcohol. And I think it's so dangerous. We have one of the most dangerous drug is been legalized. It's commercialized. It's marketed and it destroys family. It destroys people. And that's why I smoke weed and I support marijuana.
There you go. Besides, what would Washington do if they didn't have all their alcoholics?
Oh my gosh, the high class, they love to.
Whatever.
For sure.
Here's MSNBS, my favorite section.
MBS, yeah.
I can tell you for me, it is, when I moved back to New York.
God. Warning, this is going to make you super sick.
Mugshots that sit with me. I mean, I still remember that he made 5 teenagers my age take a mugshot.
Yeah.
That he wanted them not just take a mugshot, he wanted them dead.
Say what that case was.
And this was the Central Park 5 case, the exonerated 5, and they were my age.
Yeah.
So as a teenager living in New York, I've said it before, this is the reason I never watched The Apprentice. I despised Donald Trump because he, to me, signified the rich white guy in Manhattan that absolutely hated and despised me, that hated and despised my cousins, my friends, everyone we knew, that called us wilding just because we were in the park. That said we can't be free to walk around in the street, that said when Patrick Dorismond got killed by an off-duty police officer, he's no choir boy. And he was was no altar boy. He was literally an altar boy. Giuliani said that. And so people like Giuliani and people like Trump persecuted Black and brown people in New York. It's what they did for fun. It's what they did for pleasure. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed lording over people who had nothing, who had no $1 million lawyers, who couldn't change lawyers at the drop of a hat and get a different hip hop lawyer the next day when they were tired of one, who couldn't go out and make
look at
their
that
case
panel.
On, Fox
Scott
or on
Maddow,
Newsmax, who
Chris.
had nothing, and who Donald Trump lorded his everything over, and still people who looked like them put him in rap songs. It was an indignity to me that something I loved, a culture I love with Lionel.
It was an indignity to her that Trump got put in a rap song.
So she doesn't remember Hillary Clinton calling black youth super predators?
Super predators, right? The Democrats don't do that. Only the Republicans.
Oh, they're such angels. Ryan Knight, once again. Just throwing the facts out there. Blatant media collusion where the DNC sends surrogates to MSNBC, MBS, and CNN to boost its chosen corporate candidate and trash the most progressive candidates. Secret backroom deals. These are facts. Superdelegates, who there are chosen superdelegates that have 1,000 times the voting power of one delegate. And this is why there's no viable path forward inside of the Democratic Party. Shanda and I have learned that. And why hasn't Robert F. Kennedy learned that, Shanda?
Because he hasn't been burned by him yet. I don't know. They burned Bernie and he still stayed and kissed their ass. So
yeah, why? Okay, now we're in the adult section. We have Now and Then. And what did you do as a child that we be considered dangerous today? Well, we have lawn jarts. You remember those?
Yeah,
and
for
the
sure.
merry-go-rounds that weren't so merry.
Oh, I love the merry-go-round.
I used to bust my arms and face and head on those things. I think that's why I got the brain damage. The worst one that I ever was on was the monkey bars. See where that kid is on the top?
Yeah.
I took a dive off of those. I could have killed myself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I digress. It wasn't the worst one. The worst one was this vibrator down there. And when I was a little kid exploring stuff, you know, I didn't realize what was happening. But now they've upped their game and they got the magic wand. And the question is, can masturbation cause permanent vision loss? Does anybody have the answer to that
I think they
question?
proved that was just an urban legend myth.
Yeah.
That was just to get you guys to stop. I'm sure.
You're probably right, but I was fair about that. You notice this one's a little bit different configuration from this one. So, in all honesty, you know.
Why don't we hop down to Stoner Corner?
And they were dangerous, everybody. Dangerous.
They were.
They
They were so dangerous.
Where the hell's
They were
Stoner
fun.
Corner?
64.
Oh.
64.
All right, Stoner Corner.
Oh, Stoner Corner. Let's see. You know you're a stoner when you save food because you know it's going to taste better later when you are high as fuck. And I caught 2 kids smoking pot outside my office. 15 minutes later, my boss caught me and the 2 kids smoking pot outside my office. And buying a bong in 1997, 1 large water pipe for tobacco use only, please.
Oh, yeah, that's how that works.
Oh yeah.
Now we're getting out of here because we're running long as usual. My fault. I added 25 slides to the deck. Not.
I always tease Oz that he's going to add a bunch of slides.
Hollywood, go fuck yourself. Not the screen actors and the writers. Maybe some of them, like John Cusack. But Robin Williams. I know you knew this, but Robin Williams had in his carrier when he did a show that they would hire 10 homeless people during his entire career for getting parts on his movies and stuff. And that's the kind of person Robin Williams was. I remember Robin Williams was a good humanitarian, and
he was.
That's
But
Crazy Puppet.
Was he a shit lib?
Crazy Puppet. Crazy Puppet, I think I'm agreeing with you. Just do drugs and enjoy this world.
What else can you do?
I mean,
what else can you do?
Not? Thank you, Crazy Puppet. And Shandy, you just put this in. It wasn't in the deck this morning.
Yeah, well, of course, I had Eric Clapton, you know, because he's supporting Kennedy now and he's out there and he's just a Zionist shill anyway. So I slapped Bob Barker on top of him because 99 passed away. Rest in peace, Bob Barker. You made all of our sick days tolerable.
99 years old. Holy crap.
99.
I hear he had a pretty good quality of life, but I liked him. You know, when his wife passed away, he fully funded, I think, it was one of the rescue charities.
I remember. So he was, it was the pets, LA. It was the LA shelter, I want to say.
And he fully funded them. So that was, nice guy. I'm all for that.
For sure.
We've got, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, the Combo Couch and our joint newsletter. It's the Combo Couch's newsletter, but they've been great enough to feature our stuff. Linda does a great job of putting it out there. So send me a DM or a Facebook or a message or an email if you want added to the weekly list, and you'll get all the highlights from everything Fee's doing on RT, everything Pasta's doing on his personal channel, and everything I'm doing, and what Beauty and the Boomer's doing.
I think she's showing
great way
some
to keep
of Pasta's stuff on Jimmy Dore, too.
Well, Jimmy's killing it over on, Pasta's killing it on Jimmy Dore.
He's doing
I'm
a
so
good
proud
job
of him.
on there. He had a controversial one on Friday, but you know what? You don't preach to the choir. Let's hear.
Hey, you know what? You got to live and learn. He's figuring it out. I mean,
I think he's doing a great job. He's got a lot of energy. He's definitely not boring, Brother Pasta. We enjoy it. And
no, we love Pasta. Hey, will you do me a favor though? You want to shout out the Super Rays over on the Rockfin? I think there's a few over there.
Okay, we've got one super chat over. We got Ozzy. Not enough, but coffee on me. Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, that's too much, Ozzy. We appreciate it, though. In this day and age, whatever you guys give is plenty. So go right ahead, Shanda, and do the cookbook, and I'll go over to Rockfin and shout out the Super Ray.
Sounds perfect. Get those recipes into us, guys. Where the cookbook's coming together. I see recipes starting to come into all of the different addresses. So roarmedia@pm.me. I know Amber's got an email that's going out soon. And if you want to be involved, you want to help out, you want to send a recipe, you want to send a picture, we appreciate it. And we're just trying to gather up everybody's recipes. And I think we're finishing up picking out the layouts of kind of what it's going to look like and what it's going to be called. Amber came up with some funny damn names. So
yeah,
hopefully you guys will help us pick a name.
I'm in the doghouse. I haven't sent Amber a recipe. I
Ooh,
want to send a good recipe or two, but I want it to be mine. And I just haven't been able to get
Not
it.
Betty Crockers. Yeah,
No,
I get it.
not
I
Betty
get it.
Crocker. Ronnie Graham with a Super Ray over there. Thank you, Ronnie. I'm late. I will share with Oz I was also a fan of Bewitched as a child. Elizabeth Montgomery stirred something even in me at 6 years old. Fuzzy Memories TV, post episodes of Bewitched on YouTube. Reed Hendrick, think memes and corruption compilations that help memory hole otherwise easily censorable content are incisive tools for grassroots activism in the fifth generation of clown world wars. And I agree 150%.
Here, that's why we bring them.
Yeah, we bring them. And you know what? If we could clone ourselves, you'd be getting more of that too. Our own work. But we support our sisters and brothers out there. And that's one of the reasons we're here. And I want to say, Shanda, Linda, and Amber, Shanda, and Linda mostly, because Amber does bring the receipts. We could do in-depth stuff. We choose not to because we'd rather have a break on Saturday night and put energy into this. Shanda brings stuff all week long. She's the hardest working partner I've ever had.
That's
and
sweet.
So, but we really could, and I would love more time to write because I think I can write. So.
Oh, I know. Gosh, the stuff you guys could do if we had time to write.
Yeah,
for sure. I agree.
We just don't have time, but we do appreciate the support. Now, remember, Beauty and the Boomer Movie Mystery Night, Thursday night, 7 p.m., and we will be doing a Meet John Doe, and it's going to be great. We hope you like it. It's going to be a beta test, and we're just looking forward to trying it out. So
movie night. I'm excited for it.
You got anything else besides free Julian
Let's see.
Assange?
I'm doing Comrade Misty Winston show over on TNT Radio on Friday. And then I think I'm hanging out with the guys over at INN sometime soon. And I know I'm stopping by Extra Bola, Uncle Warren's show here in a week or two too. So look for me. I'm going to be out there doing the rounds.
Well, that's fun. Go out there and raise hell.
Raise hell. Well, next week I'm off. Like I'm leaving September 8th and I'm going to see Jelly Roll at the Gorge Amphitheater. And then I'm taking the rest of that week off because I'm doing a studio teardown, cleanup, and then I'm moving into a new virtual studio. I'm going to leave Restream and go to OBS. So I'm going to be off for a whole week. The second week of September.
Sounds cool. Well, we're going to go out of here running because it is now 8:59, but we've got a great cover of Eve 6 and New Radicals. We hope you enjoy it. I had to do a last-minute audio adjustment, but we think we got it done. Have a great evening, everybody, and thank you so much, all of you, for your support, and just being here is wonderful. So have a great one. Enjoy your week. Stay safe. Later, guys and gals.
See you Monday morning.
Okay. See you Monday morning. And let me see if I can get this thing going. I'm going to put us down here and I'm
crank it up.
break it up, and I've got to start the. I triggered the wrong one. Here we go.
But that's okay. We appreciate our Patreons. Thank you guys so much.
We do appreciate our Patreons. And I think I got it right now. I just got to hit the trigger on both of them. Here we go. Eve 6 and New Radicals.
I would swallow my pride, I would choke on the rinds, but the lack thereof would leave me empty inside. Swallow my doubt, turn it inside out, find nothing but faith in nothing. Wanna put my tender heart in a blender, watch it spin around to a beautiful oblivion. Rendezvous, then I'm through with you. I burn like a wicker cabinet, top white and oh so frail. I see our time has gotten stale. The tick-tock of the clock is painful, all sane and logical. I wanna tear it off the wall. I hear words and clips and phrases, I think sick like ginger ale. When my stomach turns and I exhale. I would swallow my pride, I would choke on the rhymes, but the lack thereof would leave me empty inside. I would swallow my doubt, turn it inside out, find nothing but faith in nothing. Wanna put my tender heart in a blender, watch it spin around to a beautiful oblivion. Rendezvous, then I'm through with you. OH is where my mind states, but it's not my state of mind. I'm not as ugly sad as you. Or am I origami, folded up and just pretend, demented as the motives in your head. I would swallow my pride, I would choke on the rhymes, but the lack thereof would leave me empty inside. I would swallow my doubt, turn it inside out, find nothing but faith in nothing.